Hello and welcome. My name is Ajaxpost and we're back here with Transport Fever 2 for the Island Hub series. Now, if you were with me for the last episode, you may recall at the end of that I realised something I really should have realised a good deal sooner. Is that we do have another air freight route which is carrying raw materials, source materials for manufacturing, which is not the done thing. And we spent in fact the previous 3, 4, however many episodes it turned out to be, taking care of that for the Yerevan to Hong Kong air route. Was it Hong Kong? Where it was going to, I can't remember. It was Hong Kong, wasn't it? Yerevan to Hong Kong, which was taking raw materials, coal and steel and logs or whatever, from Yerevan into Hong Kong, the North Island there. And we came here at the end of the last episode and thought, no, hang on. We've got the same thing going on here at Izmir, going instead to Port Moresby, also on that northern island. So the plan is for today is to change all that and to get these raw materials delivered not by air but by something more sensible, such as by boat. Now that means either putting in a port here and having that shipped all the way up there, or, and this is my thinking and what I've kind of prepared for today's episode, is having a really long sexy train route going from Izmir here all the way over here to the main international port at Chengdu, and then using existing routes, maybe a new one actually, to get those raw materials up here to the North Island, either to our existing dock here at Hong Kong or perhaps to a new dock at Port Moresby. I'm tending towards the idea of doing it to this dock here. I want a new dock, I think, though we do have a train route. Well, I do this every time. I come up with a plan and then come back to the game, look at the map and think, oh no, actually that might be a better idea, or different anyway. So what we've got here, we have got a train route already which takes those materials from what used to come in by air but now comes in by boat, from the dockside here and the airport area here into Port Moresby, basically the manufactured goods. So we could still do that actually, because that train route, it's looking okay. We could add another train or a longer train to that perhaps. I think that makes some sense, though it does mean we'll need to expand the dock here at Hong Kong. That's a very primitive looking beastie, isn't it? We've got room to do that, I reckon. We could stretch that out. Do you remember the Cinders Cup? That collaboration we did between 5 of us YouTube content creators for Transport Fever 2? And some of the guys, I'm thinking of you, Van Ham, who created some awesome docks. He was the master of realistic dock work. And the other guys were good as well at it, but I remember watching his videos and thinking that I'm impressed now. But he did use the build with collision mod and various other assets, which I don't have here because I'm not a great designer of things like that. Anyway, but before we do all that, so this long introduction saying what we're going to do, and I'm now going to go and do something completely different. As you may recall, if you've watched the previous videos, I often do a review of the map before I start the recording, looking at, do I have any routes or in particular vehicles which are getting very, very old. So I like to keep everything reasonably up to date, so I don't like very bad condition vehicles on my map, because they introduce emissions, pollutions and degrade the population growth on my cities. And one thing I noticed while looking at that was Yerevan here, which is doing okay. It's grown a little bit over the years since we started in about 1990 presumably. So it's grown somewhat, but it's not really getting cargo delivered efficiently. There's a reasonably good train route coming up. I don't know where the train is now, this bulk delivery, which actually takes goods from the main freight hub here at Ajaxpost, the Epic MMX, the multimodal exchange, drops some off in Turpan and then carries on to drop the rest off in Yerevan here. And the freight station does cover a big chunk of the town, so that train is generally very modestly profitable. Actually, it looks like it's been taking a turn for the worse, but okay, yeah, so there is that. But I do also have a truck route in town delivering goods to the other commercial and industrial areas. Which one is that? Is that no, that's you, isn't it? That's not doing very well. I've got a few trucks on there. They're taking a few goods, but they're not making money. What I also did a little while ago was put in a new truck route from the dock here, in the hope that we might get some goods, because we're getting a lot of goods piling up here on the route to Ajaxpost here at Turpan. And we did have a boat route. Is that sea? That is a lake, isn't it? It's all enclosed. Yeah, we did have a route across the lake here carrying primarily logs, but I thought, oh, we could perhaps take some goodies off here, deliver them by boat up here, and have a little truck route taking that into Yerevan. That simply hasn't worked at all. So this route has made tiddly amounts of money. So what I was thinking was, we could use this train station here, which serves no purpose at all anymore. I can't remember why I built it. It was a long time ago. So we could use that and take this Yerevan bulk delivery train just to here, to the dockside, yeah, and use the trucks here to take all the goods that would otherwise have gone by train into Yerevan, up into Yerevan itself. So the train itself just drops off into this warehouse and doesn't actually deliver directly to the businesses and the factories and so on within Yerevan. I think that makes some sort of sense. The only slight issue we've got here, of course, is that this train station is at a very odd angle. Unless I rebuild it again. I suppose I could actually. If we switch it round, it's not a very long station, but I could, I think, switch that round so it goes that away. Let's try that. Okay. Yeah, we've got nothing going on here, so let's crack on and do that, shall we? Right, that is more logical. They don't cross over each other. Yeah, you don't need to go all the way around there. That road just served to connect the forests. Everything is connected. Should we change the name of this station? Yeah, let's call this Dockside as well. Yep, that will do. Oh, I need to change you over. So you go to the other platform. That's better. Good. So this route here is going to go not to this stop-off point here, but it's actually going to replace the old local loop. So we'll manage this line. So you need to come in here, and where does that route go? The green route goes out that way. Should we go around the other way? I don't know if I've got... No, that's a bus stop, you silly person. Oh, because I clicked on the bus stop. Yeah, it's not that route I want. It is local supply. That's it. Right, so you are going then to number 4. Oh, that's awkward, isn't it? No, let's go to number 3 first. So we'll take you away, and we'll take you away. So you're going from Dockside to Temple Street. Yes. And then to 9th Street. We could come here actually, yes. Yeah. Do that in place of Nathan Road, which is somewhat awkwardly positioned. So that way we should cover all the businesses that side, all the businesses that side, and all the businesses here in the centre by the train station. I think that will do nicely. Okay, so what are we picking up from the dockside? Picking up pretty much everything. Yeah, that's all 6 demands. We are unloading everything. We shouldn't have anything to unload. So that's unloading, unloading, unloading. And at Yerevan transfer, we're not going to load anything. We're simply going to unload. So it's a one-way route because there's no cargo coming into that station anymore. I believe that makes sense. Okay, how long are you waiting there for? 90 seconds? That should be okay. Right, do we need to replace that truck that I sold? Possibly. Let's do that. So we'll take one of you and duplicate you. That's good. So you're doing that. And this local supply will manage these vehicles. We'll sell them all. Although they are carrying stuff. I don't care. Nope, that's you sold. We can get rid of that line by clicking that. Yes. And away you go. Good. We're still going to be paying maintenance on this train station, the freight yard. We may change that at some point in the future. We'll see how this works. So I'm sure it will work. He said very positively. Right, that was one thing I wanted to do. The other thing I wanted to do was, because it involved high-speed trains, I know I love high-speed trains. Maybe you do too? Hope you do. There was another route which was getting very old. So if we go to our vehicles list here, condition, it was age, it's condition I was looking at, wasn't it? Very bad. Was one of our earlier high-speed routes between Ajaxpost and Fukushima. Only making 3 million quid a period, whatever that period might be. Well, the trains are getting quite old, including the Chuffer Puffer Express. Beautiful name for a train. And they are one of those, a Japanese Kuha 381. So can we replace that with anything more sexy, basically? So we do like sexy trains. Manage these vehicles, get rid of the white highlight thing. Let's replace these. What are you actually... You can take 111. Each one of you can. Okay. So this obviously has to be... Go away. An electric multi-unit. Doesn't have to be a multi-unit, but I like them, so... What have we got? Ooh, Hong Kong MTR train. Only 50 though, not so good. How fast do you guys go? 99. Oh, a QR tilt. 130. That is a bit fast because this is not... Oh, I could put those on the proper HS lines, couldn't I? This isn't really a proper high-speed route because it's relatively short. What about these? You go 75. I'd like to go faster. Let's change this. So we've got the Shinkansen cars. You can go 149. We've got you. You're also 149. 137. 130. Oh, what are you? Ah, 99s. Right. Oh, are you a improvement on these? Or 1994? You're the same train, basically, aren't you? Yes. Oh, okay. Right, which one is this? This is the one that carries 111 people. 53. No. 109. Could put you on. What's your running cost? Is 247. Yours is 3. Why? Oh, are you more powerful? Oh yes, more than double the power. These are obviously a later series, presumably, of those. I quite like the purple ones. 6 cars is probably... Oh, that is 6 cars is what we want. A Super Yakumo. 4 cars, you're not as big, are you? No, 72. I like 100 plus. Okay, so you're carrying 91. You're carrying 111. You're carrying 6. Okay, right. We won't go up. We'll stay 109. That's fine. So I think I can replace you with that then. There you go. Yeah, that is good. That was easy, relatively easy to do. Cool, and it kind of matches the colour of the line itself, in fact, which is nice. So where's the Chuffer Puffer? You're underground. Let's get you going a bit faster and see you come out, as it were. Come on, dear. Faster, faster. And there you are. Oh, you're not that purple. Oh, it's a Super Yakumo. I like you. Do we have a camera view? We do. Do we have a horn? Oh, I'm not getting a horn. That is disappointing. We do get various views. Nice. Sexy. Is that, what does that say? West Japan Railway Company? What does it say? West Japan Rail... Well, you are. Is Fukushima in the west of Japan? I've no idea. Perhaps you can let me know in the comments below. Right, that's all the maintenance stuff sorted. On to this task of getting cargo, raw materials predominantly, from Izmir to the North Island. Which is, now admittedly, this is kind of a weird and not necessarily sensible thing to do, because all the goods coming into Izmir here are actually coming up from Ajaxpost, basically, apart from a little bit of food from this local factory here. Probably, yeah, I think that'd be it. That's the only thing that's coming up into Izmir locally, is that food. Everything else is coming up from the hub, which also already serves Chengdu by means of a rather profitable, he says that, now the game is going to prove him wrong, Chengdu General Bulk Line. Ooh, 10 million. Yes, quite profitable line. So we could put all that stuff on that route there. But I'm rather taken with building a rather slightly redundant or unnecessary, but very beautiful route, crossing across the bay here and going around here into Chengdu port here. So that is what we're going to do. It may not make sense economically, but beauty is truth. I'm sure we can all agree with that statement. However, to get this stuff by train out of Izmir to the Chengdu port, we need to change the train station. So we're going to be replacing that cargo station, which will still need to receive the goods coming up from Ajaxpost, to allowing us to come out this way. And what I want to do is connect it through, I think, what we've actually got, you may recall, until an episode or two ago, we had a route which took goods from Surat Tools here, around here, up to the Chengdu port, which made no money whatsoever for many, many years before I even put the port in place. So that route has now gone, but the track is still there, so we've got track now. this little bit of track here over this bridge, which connects directly into the port. So what I want to do is connect into that track. We won't have more trains running on the steel route. Is that the steel route train? Oh, it is. And you're making money again. Yes, yes. Okay, it doesn't show on the chart, but it does there, so I'll believe this the number. I don't want more trains on that. Unless I could, though, actually. That would save me money. But we've got to get it through this station anyway, which doesn't have a way of... No, there are no transit tracks in the station, so we need to deal with that. So I'm going to rebuild this station somewhat to accommodate another couple of tracks, which are going to be transit tracks going up here to connect into that bridge there, separately to the steel route. So to do that, we're going to need to get across from Izmir, you can go away now, from here to here. And I think we'll need to take a fairly good curve. We'll need to go across that way to do that. So we're going to have a station kind of pointing that direction. So should we stop yakking and get on and build it? And what I'll probably do here is I'll do this mostly in speed build so I can get it done, because this will take me some time to get it right, I'm sure. So we'll do that in kind of speed build, but I'll annotate it as normal and stop and start if I need to deal with any issues which suddenly arise. There are bound to be issues. So let's crack on and do that, and let's build our brand new Izmir connecting to the port train station. And at this point I realise I have a slight issue. Yeah, we have got this ore train coming in from here, which is going currently to this second platform here, and I put my transit tracks in here, which means our new sexy long freight route from Izmir to the port will come in here and cut across it. So they will interfere with each other. There's a risk of hold-up. I'm not imagining many trains on this route, so the hold-ups shouldn't be substantial, but I'd rather they didn't cross over at all. So I'm going to have to just rearrange these platforms a bit again. Okay, right, a little bit more work. Be back with you again in a few moments' time. This train's currently on the wrong track, so I'm just waiting for that to get into the station and then go out on that correct track, so we can then get the through track laid into the station to these transit tracks here. I usually put ordinary track through a station for when I'm using it for transit purposes, but that takes so long to remove if you get it wrong, because it seems to be tiny little bits of track, doesn't it, in the station area as you delete each section. So it just takes so long to remove. So I've actually replaced all that. Every track within the station area is station track, even though two of these tracks at least aren't going to be used for stopping purposes. There you go. Right, so that's out the way. So let's get on with doing the rest of this. Don't need you there anymore, which might get in the way of... No, it might be alright. Oh, you are the depot track, aren't you? Yeah, you're coming down from the depot. So I might put you back in at some point. Not sure I want to use you again. I'll get rid of this. We'll put our proper track in, and that should more or less complete the route. I'll do parallel tracks again, remembering to turn it on and off correctly. Yeah, a bit of an effort for me sometimes. There you go. That's all looking alright. Quite good speed still. And the parallel track's been put in. Just need this extra little bit to connect them up. There you go. This depot is actually useful for getting trains. I'm not sure how many... Actually, we will need one more train, won't we? We'll need the long distance train between Izmir and the port. So we will need to use that depot. So you're going there. Can we connect you to any of these others? Not sure. Ooh, could I connect you to there? Or I don't think I can get double slips on these, can I? Because that angle is just too... Is it acute? I can put you there. That might work. Okay. So I can do you. Yes. but not you to bother. Well, I could actually take one off here. Ooh, that, again, I don't think we'll need it for those platforms, but it works. Double slip there. So there's only these tracks here which aren't served by the depot. Can I put another one in? Let's see if we can from here. That still looks a little bit... So that might work. Let's see. Yes, it does. It's a bit ugly, and I'm not sure a real railway engineer would lay track like that. But then again, as I've said in the past, I think I am by no means a real railway engineer. Oops, don't click there, that's it. We might as well put you on both sides of the track, like so, just in case. And a little slippy there, so you can connect. That is good. I think that's all connected then. Right, so signalling up, which I've often forgotten in recent episodes. Let's see if I can remember it this time. We won't put one way here at the depot, just in case they want to come back in. And here we will put one there. Yeah, that will do, I think. Yeah. Right, so this is our main track going all the way to our new station at Izmir. So let's see about signalling you up from here perhaps. Yep, and we will auto signal yes. Every 500 meters sounds reasonable to me. Will you do this? Yes, it has, but I've forgotten to turn the one way off. Bother. Can I replace them? Will that replace all of them? So that's well, it's replaced one. Oh, well, okay. Right, let me just go through and fix all these so they're one ways. Right, that wasn't many, which is fine. So we've got that one there. We've got that one on the middle of the bridge. That's fine. Okay, good. That should be all of them. So coming out of our station. Oh, we need a crissy-crossy thing here, don't we? Yeah, we've got one station coming in from Ajaxpost at the bottom, which I'll connect up in a moment. And we've got one coming in and one going the other direction. I don't think we'll use alternate platforms, but there you are. I'll put you there. And we'll work out which platform goes where later. That's okay. And signals. So going back, auto signal yes. From about there. One way yes. Got it right this time? Yep, and the game does it as well. Good. Right. So that's that route done. So we now need to redirect the cargo train coming up from... Oh, did I not delete that route? Yeah, we had a little route bringing stuff up from the farm here, which connected into our old Kyiv steel and goods line, which used to come through here all the way into this farm junction here to deliver goods into Izmir. We got rid of that in the last but one episode. This route doesn't exist anymore, so we'll just get rid of that line. I'd already sold the train but forgot to get rid of the line. So that's you. Right, now this line here, Izmir bulk freight. So you're coming in from there. So right, this track here is redundant, so we just need this yellow line to redirect up there. That should be easy enough, especially if I use track rather than signal. Can we do it from here? Oh, that looks like it might work. Reasonable-ish speed. Yeah. Okay. Happy with that. Let's take the line off so we can see where we are. There's our switch point. Good. That's excellent. We will have a crissy-crossy thing. Okay, somewhere along here, can we? If you don't mind. Whoops. There it goes. Splendid. Okay, so I think we're ready to put the routes in place. I don't like that rock being quite so close. Or that one. Or indeed that one. Okay, now one thing to check before we put all this in place is this station is connected to the truck stop. Good. And that train station, but not the airport. Because we might, yeah, because this train coming up from Ajaxpost will have consumer goods, or will have final stage production goods, which would want to be delivered into Izmir, goods and combat, for example, by air between here and the North Island. So, yeah, we do want this connected. Can I get that train out of the way for a moment so we can see what's going on here? I think if we put a bit of road in here, yeah, to connect to the airport, we should be all right. The only issue, though, is these crossovers. Is that that's a signal as well, isn't it? Yeah. Do I need to move these crossovers down? To put let's try putting a road across. I'd like it to be a proper road, actually. Not just a footpath or something. That's not that's not going to fit in there. Whoops! Sorry, I pressed shift so it's gone up. Don't want it to go up. No, those signals and stuff are going to get in the way. Okay, let's move this down. So I'll take you out. Actually, the freight one doesn't matter because the freight station isn't going to be there, isn't going to be used anymore anyway. Let's get this track back in so we can do our crossy overy thing. Yeah, somewhere like that should be fine. And down like that. That is good. Right, these signals can be moved out of the way. That's you. Oops, not the track. That's just the signal. Gotcha. I'll put these signals back in. These are not one-way signals. Going in there and there. That is splendid. So we should be able to put a little bit of road in then. Yes, we can. Huh. Okay, looks like the passenger station is slightly higher than the freight station. Okay, you don't connect there. Do you connect? Oh, you can connect. Ah, you can. Excellent. So that does connect to the airport. Right. And can we then connect you not to there, to there? Oh, come on, play ball. Alright, let's make you try and be straight then. That just looks ugly, doesn't it? Okay, we'll come out straightish there and put a little bit of curve in. Doesn't look especially pretty, but there you go. So, excellent, you are connecting. That's fine. What we might do, can we put another building on the station before I get rid of that rock? So this is that station there. It is. So let's put another cargo. Can we put a cargo? What sort of cargo building can we fit in here? Probably ought to be reasonably impressive. Oh, you'll fit there. That might do. No, we won't go one quite so big. You'll do, and we can fit in another loading platformy thing there. That's splendid. Again, I might paint this to make it look prettier, more vaguely realistic. Okay, so we've got that now. That's all good. So this train here, Izmir bulk freight. You want to go? Oh, I've messed that up because I took the crossy overy thing away, wasn't it? Yeah. So you want to go not to the freight exchange, but here. And it connects like a trooper, like a beauty, like something that was actually planned. That is excellent. And you're going back to Ajaxpost? You are indeed. Good. Some signals perhaps? Yeah, go on, put some signals on there. Just for good measure. So a signal going up that way, which is one way, and a signal that way, which is one way. Those signals there are stupid. Actually, that one's not stupid, but that one coming out is stupid. So I'll put you in there. That's all good for now, I think. So this should now work. I should now be able to create. Again, I might. Yeah, I will finish this up a little bit as well as we at the end. I just want to check that it will actually work. So can we create a route from our new Izmir East? I might give it a different name. Is it Izmir West? And it is west of Izmir. Yeah, it is. This is true. A new line. And you're not going to be that grey, impossible to see colour. You are going to be orange colour, perhaps, from Izmir West to where is it? The Chengdu port. Oh, I've got an orangey colour in there already. Which colour do we have? A green? We'll use green. Oh my goodness, it worked. Now I think I've only got 3 platforms here, and I've already got 3 trains coming in, or 3 routes coming in. They're all alternating as well. Yeah, we'll alternate this one as well. So at Chengdu Dock, you'll want to alternate with... They're down in the 30s here somewhere, aren't they? 33. Are you going to show me the numbers on here? So here, Chengdu Dock. Scroll down again. Oh, there they are. They're up there. Okay, so which number? You're going to 31. So if I put you onto 32, yep, that's good. And then you'll go. Yeah, it's a proper one-way system around here. And you're going out, which is excellent. Oh, let's get that route up again so we can see it. Line 1, I forgot to name it. So you're going out there and across this bridge. Splendid. Straight through Kiev Steel Mill Station. And nothing is intersecting or crossing over, so everyone should be properly plain sailing. That is magnificent. Okay, give it a proper name, shall we? What shall we call this? We'll call it the Izmir Chengdu Port Exchange. Yep, that's kind of what it's doing. We'll put a train on there in a moment, but we also want to upgrade our dock here as well. We're going to need we only got the 1 platform on here. Oh, we have got 2 platforms. Are you not alternating? You must be alternating. You're not. Okay. Well, it's... Yeah, they don't hang around there much. That's okay. Right, let's configure this port somewhat. We could do with some more cargo buildings. I can fit you in there. Oh, we're a bit short, perhaps, of navigable area, aren't we? I could actually, if I put you there like that, and like that, that space there probably is still usable, but what we're going to do is go back to configure mode when I came out unintentionally. Apparently. What's that? That's a small dock. We want a large dock. We could... Ooh, I could put you like so. There. Yes, does that work? Can I put a landing on there? It says I can, so clearly I can. That works for me. Alright, now let's just check this Chengdu Hong Kong shipping. Can I alternate it to that little tiny space in there, which is port 1, is it? Okay, it looks a trifle unrealistic, but it says it can do it. Could I actually move that out a little bit? If I took that away, Right, can I actually put that back in there so it's got slightly more space? A landing in there and a landing in there. Okay. Nope, 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 absolutely not. You are going to go to those other two. So that is 3 and alternating with 2. Actually, do I need... No, because we're using we're going to use the same route, aren't we? These same boats to do the new stuff coming from Izmir. So that's all fine. Do I need to wait? Oh, let's wait here a little bit. Not 3 minutes, perhaps a minute thereabouts. Yeah, that will do. Fill with anything. Yeah, because what I want to do is also get stuff coming back into Izmir from here. So any stuff manufactured here on the North Island can be brought back. So we are producing steel, machines, planks. Yeah, that's it basically. We have actually got an oil refinery as well, which we're not using at all. There's also a farm here. So, oh, there's that farm. Yeah, okay. Okay, so we've got the route set up. We need a train, but also what I want to do... No, we'll put the train on first. So let's get a train coming up here. Where's that depot? That depot there. We should be able to buy a train. It's going to be a diesel, of course. And it's going to have to carry pretty much everything. So we may well end up having to use the NAFI unless I put properly mixed consist of different wagons. Mixed wagon consist or whatever it might be called. Top speed. You go at... What speed do you go at? 95. So a little bit fast. You're at 95. You're 81. These ones are obviously more powerful. That's 75. Now the thing is, this is quite a long route, so it might be better having it go as fast as possible. So if I put one of you on, you are slightly less expensive. How are you described? Diesel electrics, nicknamed Bongo because of the similar shape with a famous van in the 80s. Must admit, I don't recognise that reference. Maybe it's a peculiarly Australian thing. Who knows? Now we do have, I think, some cargo. These go at 99. Now what do they carry? They don't carry steel or wood. That's annoying. Everything else is 75. But then again, having a loco that is faster than the wagons is not a big problem, actually. I'm going to have to go with the NAFI or mix it up. But the thing is, I don't know yet what they're going to carry, what the quantity of different types of freight is going to be. So we'll put the old NAFI in. It goes at 75, only carries 17, which isn't a great capacity. But, you know, we want more than that. 126. Let's not get carried away to start with. Let's 98 for the moment. Okay. And I want you to go onto the Izmir Chengdu Port Exchange. It says it can. Excellent. That is excellent. So we've got that, but what we need to do to make sure it actually picks stuff up is to take the aeroplanes out of the equation. So this cargo route here, we need to manage this line, and you are going to be from Izmir Freight Handling. You're not going to carry any of this raw material kind of stuff. Planks, certainly not oil. Plastic, we might... No, we're not going to let you carry any of these raw materials type things. I'm going to let you unload because you are carrying some of this stuff already. That's already in transit, so I'll let you unload that so we can make that money, but not pick anything of that up. We'll see if we can have this route and the air freight route working together as well. You're not going to load any of this stuff like that. Actually, what did I do here? I took all of it off, yeah. So it's only the 6 town consumable goods that we're going to load. We probably don't need as many planes then. Do any of these... Only of these carrying next to nothing? You are. Okay, we'll take you out of use then. for now. We may need to reduce the number of planes slightly more, but maybe not. We shall see. So our train is departing. Our bongo is departing the depot, heading out to Izmir West. I will save and roll this forward a little bit and come back to you and give you a little bit of a cab ride to wrap this up. Oh, hang on. We've got a red exclamation mark. Oh, oh, hang on. What's going on here? That train. Oh, I turned catenary off, didn't I? I did. Okay, so we need to electrify that track. Oops, that's slightly embarrassing. Tools, electrification. Ah, there it is. Yeah, that new crossover I put in. And oops, can be a bit fiddly to get. Can you do that now? You should be all right. Well, it's saying no warnings. So it's sat there waiting for something. What if I turn it around? You're away. Good. Right, that's splendid. Right, so I will roll this forward a little bit and we will wrap up with a bit of a cab ride. See you in a second. So here we are, and our train is finally approaching Chengdu International Port. I'm not sure why. Well, the mod is called International Port, I think. Though I'm not sure this game actually, well, my save game actually has much of an element of international, though of course my city names are all drawn from across Asia and other parts of, well, east of here anyway. But anyway, it's appearing here, it's approaching the port, and I was very delighted to see that 3 months into the running, 3-4 months into the running of this train, as it approaches, we actually do have goods waiting to go back to Izmir. Quite a few, in fact, including quite a lot of this conmat, which is really piling up in this dockside area here, which is really kind of strange. So what I'm going to say then is thank you so much for joining me today for this episode of Transport Fever 2. I hope you've enjoyed this. If you have, it'd be great to hear from you. A little bit of a like would be lovely. Just click on the old thumbsy uppy button. Even better, if you've got anything to say about what I'm doing with the game or the game itself, then please do drop a note into the comments box below. That would be awesome. It's always good to hear from you. And of course, if you've not already subscribed to the channel, you could do that now. And I'll just pause this here. Just subscribe to the channel, and then, especially if you click that notifications bell, you'll be notified of when I upload another one of these or any of my other Let's Play series. But for now, I'm going to leave you. I'm going to set this train off running, and you can follow the cab ride back, all the way back across this sexy new, with a beautiful new bridge, route to Izmir. So from me, Ajaxpost, until the next time, bye bye for now.